Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Generator Founder Series Spotlight. My name is Troy Vossler, co-founder of Generator, and today I am joined by Sherry, the founder of GenoPalate. Welcome, Sherry. Thank you for joining.
Oh, thank you for having me. Such a treat for Friday evening. We're surviving it.
That's right. Getting to the end of summer here. Let's start. Sherry, please introduce yourself and GenoPalate. Tell us more about GenoPalate.
Yeah, happy to. So, hi everybody. My name is Sherry Zhang. If you're my friend, and which you are, call me Sherry, like Troy does. So, I'm the founder of a company called GenoPalate. Not the plate, but palate. We're linking the genome with deliciousness. My background is metabolic health. So, I'm bringing all these science-based nutrigenomics, that's the terminology, combining nutrition, personalized nutrition using science, and hopefully help optimize everybody's health. And we've been supported by Generator for years, probably, I don't know, 7 years now. I founded the company 8 years ago and then joined Generator gBETA 2017, Generator 2017. It was such a blast year. Got a lot of help. Obviously, we can dive into that. Yeah, today GenoPalette is one of the world's largest nutrigenomics direct-to-consumer database and also as a business. So very had a lot of fun building the team and trying to get the world a little bit healthier. So really happy to be here, share my story
I
with you.
love it. As it relates to GenoPalette, what is the current status? However you want to define that, traction or, customers or financing. Tell us more about the current status of the company.
Yeah, we're really fortunate, sitting in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, building this wonderful platform, which is cloud-based. We're servicing um, lifetime over 175,000 individuals, a
Wow.
lot of lives across every zip code of America, So that's the vision that you and Joe and me and dreamed for a long time ago. And yeah, so we service them through concierge coaching. We have dietitian on staff deliver the reports, but all based on evidence-based nutrition using genomic science at the core. Other traction includes we actually raised altogether close to $15 million since we started with you, and thousands of lives reported optimization improvement for their health, which is the whys we're doing this. Yeah, the team has grown. We have different time and team expand and contracted, but now it's a really always lean, very, very efficient, and just great individuals and help us to build this.
That's awesome. And now you mentioned you and the company are located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Why Milwaukee or why Wisconsin? And I know you recently wrote a book and you talk about your upbringing in China and the education you got and leading ultimately to come here to the US and specifically Milwaukee. But would love to hear kind of the why behind that and the story behind that.
Yeah, thank you. So, well, life took me here for school. So I went to Marquette. That's one of the reasons can started everything. I fell in love, established my family, Ryan, my son. And so that's on the personal side. But on the career side, I was trained at Medical College, Wisconsin for obesity genomics, right? That's my know-how. Well, some of the core know-how was that power today's GenoPalette algorithm is everything I got training for. And I don't think everybody know we are actually at MCW in Wisconsin housed one of the most clinically well characterized family-based genomics cohorts. NIH supported us for many decades. We have a great talent pool, great programs like that for what I've been doing. So I didn't need to go move to the West Coast or East Coast necessarily, although there's a lot of advantages over there as well to build this thing in our corner. So it's fully leveraging our 6 schools and from Marquette to UW to Concordia and MCW and so on. Yeah, I never felt we have a deficiency in terms of talent and programs and support. Obviously, generator is really crucial to the success of building this platform.
I appreciate hearing that. And then remind us, when did you go through Generator? I know you started in our gBETA Beloit program. Shout out to Hendrix Commercial Properties and Iron Tech and the folks there. But what year was that?
That was the April, I think April we started first one, new organal programs for gBETA in Beloit,
Hmm.
Hendrix and everything. Everybody was very supportive. So had a lot of fun go through that 6 weeks program. And my eyes were always on the regular generator programs. Which it's highly selective, as we go. And now I'm sure now it's even, well, I know as a mentor, it's very, very selective, more selective than when I was. But even for my year, I think it was like top 1% is the success rate to get in. So I mean, my was really fortunate to be one of the 6 selected
Hmm.
in that year. So that's also, so both are in the year of 2017. As I said, it was like
From gBETA
really,
into then the Generator Investment Accelerator in the same
yeah.
year.
One
Yeah.
is in the spring, one is in the fall. Even though it's a crazy busy year, but it's kind of a really condensed the building, the iteration of the initial ideas of this company, which is pretty complex,
Hmm.
prep program or plan to devise. It was very helpful to get everything in within that one year. And then I think the next fall is when we're ready to launch to the market. And then we did a
Nice.
very successful one with some of the earned media and then kind of just build upon that.
Uh, Tell me more about your Generator experience. Like, what was it like, and what were your takeaways from it?
Yeah, read my book now, right? You you did. So I spent literally 2 chapters of my whole 8 chapter book really talking about my experiences getting into generator. A lot of we just talk about how can I build a global platform inside of Wisconsin. There's a lot of limitations we have to overcome and think through, but having generator to be that thought partner and also just, not only for the conceptual side, but the execution side. I think that's really, um, there's other incubators, some I experienced another one with Target, but they're all very different and good in their way. But what I think really make generators stand out is I really feel you are my extended family professionally and more, right? So I can
I
always
appreciate
call
hearing
you.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I can always feel like I text you, I call you especially when I have a, challenging day.
Hmm.
And who I want to talk to is you guys, right? So that kind of a trust is really, it just you can buy that, right? So
Hmm.
that those are the things, the genuine care that generator give me as a founder and is something really special. And then that helps us to build this community when I'm stand up more or have more time or getting stronger. I uh, always seek for opportunity to come back and mentoring new company, new members, new founders to help us,
Hmm.
be stronger as a family. So I think that that's really special and helpful. Um, yeah, I just think
Yeah.
obviously you guys are very knowledgeable on the things that we focus on, e-commerce, data-driven, focus on communication. I remember how many iterations that the executive summary I have to went through, and you and Joe is like hammering at every single words, and now I see that's very important. skill set that every, entrepreneurs, and you have to be able to communicate your idea,
Definitely.
especially for, my very complicated idea to the world, especially science background and engineer background, and we're not necessarily, trained to speak the business language, right? And we're smart people, but I think that kind of a training, education is really, really helpful.
Yeah, that's really kind. What you said. Uh, Sherry, how did the accelerator help you the most looking back?
I think several things. One is we talk about general support and whatever we need, but also very just challenge us to go, to dream bigger. But at the same time, you have to execute. You have to make sure you have milestone. You have to reach it over time. I think that time-bound, objective-driven key result system is really, really helpful. Other things like connections, right? You guys build out this. And then when I came in, it was like still early into, building generator empire. But it's mature enough for me to feel I have so many places and so many kinds of resources to turn to when I need to, right? If I need a re investors or connection, you are very, very hands-on on, making sure we know how to who to go to and how do we communicate with them, the pitch deck and then training and everything goes along with it. And also, other business partners, right? You introduce, give us the opportunity to run all these on-ramp meetings. You may change the names, but
Hmm.
I'm not following the names, but whether it's healthcare, insurance, agriculture, and so on and so forth. All these different pockets of the ecosystems, depends on where the company is in. We always have a place to pitch the idea to and potentially, make a deal out of that, right?
Hmm.
So, and also the peer-to-peer support is really, really helpful too. A lot of times you just really need people who have done that, been there recently, and then bounce off the ideas, sit down, have a coffee, and talk through things with you. Other than you and Joe and Abby, and who are very, very busy helping other founders, but it's good to have other connections as in the founders group as
Yeah,
well.
I agree. The peer-to-peer camaraderie is definitely influential and important. Um, what advice do you have for entrepreneurs or founders that are considering an accelerator program?
Like a just advice for the people who
Just in
have.
general, like for if you're talking to an entrepreneur and they're saying, "Oh, I'm thinking about applying to an accelerator," it could be Generator or any others. What advice would you have for them?
Yeah, I would say number one, definitely research well the people behind the programs, right? At the end of the day, it's the people behind the team, and make sure they um, agree with your style. I think that helps a lot so that you run into, personality issues early on, but focusing on more technical and then what's really good for the growth. The and because there are choices, right, out there. And
Mhm.
then um I think from the entrepreneur side, Generator has a lot to offer, and it's kind of it's a global platform. You can find many chapters in different places. I think it's um really up to the entrepreneur to know exactly what they need, be prepared to fill those gaps or the resources they need, and be able to be specific about this is where my weaknesses is, and how do you as an incubator to help me to fill those gaps.
I like it.
I think be ready is more than anything.
That's good advice. Uh, Sherry, tell us about your favorite part of the program or the favorite connection that you made through Generator.
Uh, Other than with you guys and teach us and make sure we go to the right places, talk to the right people in the right way. Always I love all of that. I really think the peer that in my class, they
Hmm.
became all my first customers, and then they give me not only the critiques, also, when I've faced a lot of challenges, and they will coach me and mentor me, or just listen to me. And
Hmm.
that means a lot, especially when you're, in the early stage of building something really, really big.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Um, you mentioned your book, and I'm grateful that you included some of the anecdotes and stories about Generator and so forth. But tell us more about your book. What's the title, and where can we buy it, and what inspired you to write the book?
Yeah, thank you. So it's the book's name is The Founder Effect. Well, it's a founder, but it's a play into a genetic phenomenon. It's called the founder effect. It's talking about this, gene pool. Let's say we move to an island and then just, propagate inside of the island. That gene pool is going to be pretty isolated from the other places. So
Mhm.
that founder effect become a very special effect, so to speak. So I thought to play into that is because my background is genetics and also a founder. That's a kind of a
That's a good
interesting
title.
a title. And then there's subtitle. It's like my journey of becoming an American scientist and entrepreneur. It's really a memoir. I originally did the reason I wrote that, which I started exactly 2 years ago. Time flies. I was writing it for my son to have a documentation of his heritage. From my mother's side, we can track all the way to Song Dynasty. I'm from originally from northern China, as you know. I'm Mandarin. The Song Dynasty. There's a famous general. Last name is my mother's
Wow.
family, so it's a General Yang, they're warriors, very famous in the history of China. And I think I got that genes, literally. So so I thought that's just very neat background to for me to research more into. I know I got to know so much about my own history, even where my personality traits and came from, and from writing my own book, right? So those are the things that I really, really enjoy. And writing is such just a therapeutic act, when you have, for at least for me, I'm pretty creative mind, and I'm
Mhm.
sure a lot of you are too, and entrepreneurs are all fall into that spectrum, and it's really helpful sometimes just to write your mind down on a piece of paper or on a computer.
I agree.
So yeah, I just kept writing, and then it's became a book, and then obviously I'm an entrepreneur, so then it become a product, and I want to package it, and how do we, let people know? So it then became a whole plan, and I got a small team and help me, guide me, how do I do publishing? Because I don't want to work with necessarily bigger house, and so I did self-publishing, which I still recommend. It's a lot of fun. I like learning new things, as you know. So this, got me to learn a lot of new things about publishing a book. And yeah, it got received well. It's on Amazon. You can just search the title, The Founder Effect, and then just put my name to it because there's other titles similar to that. Yeah, uh, we got to sell a bestsellers for Amazon book set status several, I don't know, 8 weeks after we released to the site. And I was really glad we got there's a different categories you kind of compete that with other
Hmm.
books, so to speak, for sales. And one is so we won the status for the category of immigrants and emigrants.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, and then soon after, um, the other category also give us a best or give the book bestsellers is the Women in Business, which I really like as well. So yeah, it was a lot of fun and just seeing people who doesn't know me, not doesn't necessarily, it's not even in my field, write about how do they feel about reading the book and how did they resonate with it. It was a really great experience. And my
Nice.
son likes it, so that's
I
a good
love
point.
it. Well, we'll include a link to the book in the description here on the YouTube that we'll be posting.
Thank you.
Sharon, my last question that I ask every entrepreneur is if you had one ask for this audience, maybe it's an introduction or an investor or just advice that you're seeking, uh, what would that ask be? And I'll start with the first one, which is you should check out Sherry's book. But what would be your next ask?
Thank you, Joy. Uh, well, just ask me what can I help with my background
Oh,
and experience, right? Gone through twice with Generator, and I'm very active with Generator in terms of mentorship and everything. I love to help and I love building this continuously. So if you guys want to reach out, I also have a website. I'll make sure I provide you.
yeah,
Uh, it's a book. Everything is there about me and how to contact me. And yeah, let's build this community together and hopefully, I will see more founders getting through our program.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Sherry. Congratulations on all the success, and look forward to lots more healthy success through our genes. So appreciate the time and thank you very much.
Thank you, Joy.